And welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 23rd of August 2016. So yesterday we saw the Dow moving higher initially. We had a 50-point rise, which is most unusual at the moment, in the 1 bar over 5 minutes, and then we had a buy signal where we saw the market actually come back and take this out for a 28-point loss. We then had a short that was filled and the market quickly raced back down, and as you'll see here, we soon picked up the loss as the market then started to find support at the 18,500 level. There you can see 30 points on the table there to recoup the loss, and then the market just became sideways, and there's no point, as I said in the market alert, to actually sit through all of this. And then eventually you see the market moving back to the upside there, and then back down, and then back up, and then back down, and then just stuck in that sideways range there for the latter part. You can see even turned off and got bored and called it a day. So the market again sideways, no news until the Jackson Hole announcements and comments by Yellen, which will be Thursday or Friday of this week. But today, news-wise, there's absolutely nothing. New home sales at 3 p.m. medium impact, so again really a non-starter unless they do use that to move the markets. But other than that, there's nothing around. In the daily, the market's still stuck in this sideways move that you can see here. Got this coiling of prices now with a bit of a dip down here, but if you take this dip out, you can see we're really stuck in a sideways move here with prices at the moment. On the news front, yes, the madness continues. Fed admits another $4 trillion in QE will be needed to offset an economic shock. So as Einstein says in his quote, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And this is precisely what the Fed are doing. They've not learned, they've not understood. And this is the problem with academics who have never actually been in business. They don't understand how the real world actually works. And this is a major problem for the likes of Yellen, who've only been academics, thinking that economics is down and based around classroom theory. Unfortunately, it's not like that. It's actually very simple. And as I've said many times before, you have a debt-based economy. There's no substantial manufacturing base like the 50s where everything was built, exported and sold. Now it's about buying rubbish you don't need or want. The government threatening you, if you don't go and buy it, you will lose your job because you're not keeping the GDP figures up. And this is the nonsense that we actually find ourselves in now. So we end up with this debt-based economy that even the central banks are funding more and more debt, printing fresh air, and then writing off other institutions and banks and corporate bonds and all the rest of it, just to keep the illusion alive that the theories that they came up with in the first place are actually working. On the implied volatility front, 961 up from Friday, as you'd expect, with the up and down action yesterday of 50 points in either direction. But again, you can see there the blue historical line making a new low at 5.70. So you can see things still down in the lows there. And again, still priming itself for a big move to the downside. Whether it's just a shakeout or a crash, who knows? It doesn't really matter, but there is a move to the downside coming once everybody returns after the holiday weekend this next weekend, and then everything sort of back to normal as we head into September. So really that's about it for this morning. Not a lot else to report. Again, warning is today is Tuesday. The market's generally quiet on a Tuesday, having absorbed the news over the weekend. On Monday, the market doesn't know which direction to take on a Tuesday. It can be quite a horrible trading day, especially given that it's August as well. So again, just a heads up there. Anything after the first hour, treat with caution, because once you've got the initial volatility out of the way, and that wasn't too bright yesterday, apart from that 150 point bar, which I don't know why the market moved like it did, but it did. And then after that, it ran out of momentum. So again, just a word of warning. Sometimes it's just better to stand aside than actually try and grab a few points when the market really doesn't have that momentum or volatility behind it. Right, that's it. I will see you in tomorrow's. Otherwise, have a great day. And if I see anything, I'll let you know. Other than that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.